Welcome once again to another hour of All-Star Wrestling. All the great stars of the World Wrestling Alliance to be here. A lot of big things. Last week we heard promoter Bob Geigel talk about several things. Central States Tournament to be named. Rules, a new commission has been set. They've reviewed a few tapes, a few of those involving Mike George, as I understand it. And as I understand, Bob Geigel will join me later, and he will render a decision on enforcement of rules and what those enforcements will be. What they'll be, I don't know. Also, a lot of big things coming up. Remember, Friday night, September 16th, the Spirit Festival. Mike George signed to defend the world title in the Spirit Festival.
You know, I'm looking forward to that Spirit Festival. That's going to be matches, people from all over coming into here. It's the biggest thing that's happened to Kansas City. Hey, and the price, $6 for tickets.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that. That's the cheapest thing around. You know, then the one thing else, you know, Geigel is, I think, maybe, I know he's the promoter, but the rules, I don't believe he's right, what you two are trying to do.
What do you think? There should be no rules?
Well, there's certain rules, but there's things you have to do in that ring to win. You understand that?
I don't understand dropping a man on his head on a chair that the video showed you put in place to do it.
My fault the chair was there.
You placed the chair.
My fault the chair was there.
You placed the chair there. The video showed that.
Maybe I did. You know, maybe I did. But there's a reason for it. Vince Apollo, the Playboy, needs a lesson. And I'm just trying to teach him a little bit more. And I'm going to keep on teaching him a little bit more.
We'll be with Bob Geigel later this hour to see exactly what will be enforced and what the situation will be. You better pay close attention. Fans, we'll be right back with a great hour right after this. Your opening event this hour, a one-fall event. Introducing first, St. Louis, Missouri, 231 pounds, Gary Jackson. Introducing his opponent, 231 pounds from Lexington, Tennessee, Tommy Gilbert. One-fall event, Tommy Gilbert. Last week, Tommy Gilbert was not a happy man.
Well, he has to abide by the rules. Every time he violates the rules, he's going to be in trouble.
Look, I am not putting up with this, man.
Well, here's Ric McCord.
Ric McCord's back again.
Sit at ringside.
We're picking up right where we left off last week.
That's right. You know, he can sit any place he wants to sit.
If a fan wants to give up their ticket, Ric McCord can sit in that seat, that's for sure. And he's doing exactly that. Last week, we saw Ric McCord have such an impact on Tommy Gilbert, and Tommy Gilbert actually lost the match to Roger Howell.
Well, it's bothering Tommy Gilbert right now. His attention is divided. It's in the back of his mind is that thought. What's that McCord doing here? Why is he out here?
Well, whatever. We all know the reason. Ric McCord's got to score to settle. If Tommy Gilbert won't get in the ring with him, the only thing he can do is be a thorn in his side, and he's doing that. And you can't hurt a man much more than he did last week. He cost Tommy Gilbert a match, literally.
That's right. You got to keep in mind, though, Tommy Gilbert's a very aggressive wrestler. He'll do anything, you know, anything to win the match.
Well, once again, Gilbert's tension divided, as you mentioned earlier, Bob. He made a nice arm drag on Gary Jackson, and he had to turn around and divert his attention to Ric McCord on the outside. He better pay attention to Gary Jackson.
That's right. Gary Jackson's a comer. He's a new young wrestler. He's got a good,
Sure
bright future.
is.
Strong kid, heavy in the weights, good athlete, good amateur background.
Now, Gary Jackson's getting a little aggravated. That tension's not being paid to him, and returns it with a full body slam. And Gilbert down hard. Count. Oh, no count on that. Gilbert right out.
Right there's an example. He's been detracted by McCord. He's dividing his attention. He was looking at McCord. Cost him a body slam, and it shook him up.
Well, last week he cost him a match. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but if Gilbert does not pay attention to the match in the ring, he's going to find himself on the short end of a decision once again. Bob, I mentioned to the fans when you opened the program that later this hour, I know you're not ready to do this yet, but later this hour, you'll be reporting to us a little further on Spirit Fest in Kansas City. And also, I understand the committee has come up with, well, you'll get into that later regarding rules. Jackson with an inside cradle and Gilbert down for a count of 1. And Bob, while we were just talking, Ric McCord has changed seats. He's moved to the other side of the building.
I tell you, he's trying to drive Tommy Gilbert nuts, and so far he's succeeded. So far he's succeeded. Look, Gilbert's attention is divided right now. He's looking at his opponent, and he's looking at Gilbert. It's liable to cost him the match.
There's a shot of Ric McCord, and back to the action in the ring. You know, it's a diversion enough having Ric McCord out here haunting you. But when and you have to look over your shoulder if you're worried about him, but he's changing his seats. He's changing his side of the building. Every time Tommy Gilbert looks up, he's not where he was, he's somewhere different. And Tommy Gilbert's beginning to get concerned, where is Ric McCord, and what's Ric McCord going to do next?
Well, Tommy's got the front face lock. Getting ready for a suplex.
In the meantime, he's taunting McCord. Beautiful, beautiful suplex on the part of Gilbert.
That's right.
And Jackson's stunned.
Go ahead and move.
And that suplex is, without a doubt, one of the most devastating moves in wrestling. You hold a man up, you bring him down with his full weight, probably coming from 8 or 9 feet down.
There's a hard forearm, a good hard forearm smash to the side of the head.
Bob, Ric McCord's changed seats again. For the 3rd time during this match, he's changed seats, and he's looking at McCord. He's looking at Tommy Gilbert, looking at him hard, but it's Tommy Gilbert firing away right now, lefts and rights, and trying to control this match. And McCord's looking at Tommy Gilbert with a hard, grim look, Bob. Oh! And it's Gary Jackson with the sunset flip, count of 2.
I thought that was it. It was close.
A nonchalant attempt at a backdrop by Tommy Gilbert, trying to show off for Ric McCord. And it's Gary Jackson doing the showing off right now. Tommy Gilbert bails out.
That's right. He's out there looking at Ric McCord. It was close. It was close to a fall. 2 count 2 times.
Tommy Gilbert had better pay attention to referee in the ring because he's going to be counted out for the 2nd week in a row if he's not cautious. Referee Bill Harper doing an excellent job cutting Tommy Gilbert no slack. There's a count on the floor and you better adhere to it. Five minutes elapsed.
There's a hard kick delivered to the midsection of Gary Jackson.
Well, if you use a flat of the foot, Bob, of course you know it's a legal maneuver. And nothing catches a man off guard quicker when he's looking at your eyes and you catch him with the boot in the gut.
You know, that's a hard shot for the referee to call, whether he got kicked him with a toe or kicked him with a flat foot.
That's true. For the fans at home, though, the flat of the foot is legal. It's the toe that becomes illegal.
Come on, Gary!
Gilbert trying to work over Jackson. I don't believe Gilbert's got Jackson in a position. Gilbert delivered a apparent thumb to the throat to Jackson, and it's Jackson retaliating right here, firing Gilbert across the ring. Ooh! Gilbert, to his credit, 1 step ahead of Jackson.
That's right, knee to the throat, hit the chin, stunned Jackson.
Come on, Gary!
It's Gilbert seizing control of this match right now.
Some on that camera, huh? You want some on it? Put this on it!
Gilbert fires away with a right, a short right to the mouth. And that's caught Jackson. Jackson checks in his teeth. Gilbert over the man controlling him. Fires away a shot to the jaw. And it's Gilbert using the fist. Ric McCord had just made his way to the ring here. McCord just made his way right up to ringside. He's inside the steel barriers. I hope Rick doesn't get in the ring. We got a great shot by the camera crew. And Gilbert is down. Gary Jackson now, a few rights of his own, and a drop kick. Beautiful drop kick by Gary Jackson. Again, another one, and Gilbert a little bit slow to recover. Shot to the stomach by Gilbert. Gilbert throws Jackson over the top rope. That's a disqualification.
Automatic DQ over the top rope.
Yes, referee Bill Harper calling for the
there goes Ric McCord up on the ring apron.
Referee disqualifies Tommy Gilbert. Your winner, Gary Jackson. And it's Ric McCord rushing around to Gary Jackson. And you know what, Bob? Ric McCord has just cost Tommy Gilbert another match. Tommy Gilbert lost this match.
That's right. Even though it's by disqualification, a loss is a loss.
Indeed.
Well, I think Gary Jackson's going to be recovered all right. There's a warning coming from McCord to Tommy Gilbert.
All right, fans, we'll be back with more great matches right after this. Right now, let's take a look. Bob, somebody you mentioned coming into Spirit Festival, Chavo Guerrero. Let's take a look at Chavo Guerrero. Hi, fans. I'm joined here by Bob Geigel. Last week, you made the big announcement about a wrestling spectacular, part of the Spirit Festival in Kansas City. And we mentioned to the fans that's an annual tradition. It brings in approximately 200,000 people through the gates of Spirit Festival. But this year, the big news is All-Star Wrestling, a part of that. And you've got some great news.
That's right. I told the fans last week, Chavo Guerrero has already signed to compete on that card. Dutch Mantel. I know that a lot of wrestling fans remember Dutch Mantel. Dutch Mantel is going to be on the card. Eddie Gilbert, along with Missy Hyatt, and more.
And more, that's right. It's going to be a big spectacular. Why don't you tell them about the biggest news of all?
Well, the biggest news, all tickets are $6.
That's in Kansas City Municipal Auditorium. Plenty of room for everybody. That's Friday night, September 16th in Kansas City. Wherever you are, make your plans, because all roads lead to Kansas City on Friday night, September 16th. You don't want to miss this one. A tremendous spectacular. Chavo Guerrero here in honor of Mexican American Day, and it's going to be a tremendous event. Bob, thanks for joining me. Right now, let's take a look at a tape that was sent to us from the Gilbert clan.
Kansas City. Everybody's talking about Kansas City. It's going to be September the 17th at the Municipal Auditorium, Kansas City, Missouri, at the Spirit Festival. And guess who's coming back? That's right, they're back. The Gilberts are coming back to Kansas City. And when I say the Gilberts, I mean my brother Doug Gilbert. I mean Missy Hyatt. I mean Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. And already there is our dad, Tommy Gilbert. And the reason why I'm coming back to Kansas City is I'm after your WWA World Heavyweight title, Mike George. That's right. And when Chris Adams and myself lock up in a match that night, September 17th, well, the winner later on that night gets a shot at you, Mike George. And first of all, Chris Adams wants a piece of you real bad, because it seems like you broke his nose, you busted some teeth down his throat, and he's pretty mad. But Chris Adams, he did that to you. Can you realize for 1 minute what Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert's going to do to you? And then that very same night, the first World Heavyweight title I'll ever own will be from you, Mike George. Just go ahead and hand it over, because my brother Doug's going to be there, my dad Tommy Gilbert's going to be there, and my favorite girl in the whole wide world, Missy Hyatt's going to. What do you think, Doug?
Yes, we
Kansas
got
City.
it made. Yes, sir, Kansas City. There's one thing I really love about Kansas City, and it's that I don't live there. The best thing, though, is you're going to get to see Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, the hitman Doug Gilbert, and the legend Tommy Gilbert. Watch out, Kansas City. Here we come.
This event, a one-fall tag team event. Introducing first, 296 pounds, parts unknown, the Demon. His partner is accompanied by Raven. He hails from the Netherworld, 257 pounds, the Grim Reaper. Their opponents, 204 pounds from Texas, Jason Sterling. His partner from Dallas, Texas, 229 pounds, Vince Apollo. All right, tag team match here, one fall event. We're seeing a lot of different tag team combinations here. And last week we saw the Reaper with Mike Stone. This week, the Demon, man who gave Ric McCord a tough challenge last week. And Apollo, quick move to get the man off his feet. Apollo realizes his best chances in this match are to get this big Demon off his feet.
Yeah, the team of Sterling, Jason, and Vince Apollo are giving up a lot of weight. They've got to do something. They've got to do it in a hurry. They've got to force these people to compete. I think they'll tire those big guys.
Yeah, it sure will. Well, Apollo using quick moves and getting the man off his feet, but this big guy always seems to be near the ropes.
The Grim Reaper, big aggressive guy. Seems like he's getting better all the time.
That's for sure. I'll tell you, the Reaper, definitely a force here. And Bob, we mentioned before, of course, the Central States tournament coming up, the vacant Central States title. The Reaper, of course, what a credit that would be to him to come out on top of that tournament with the Central States title. Can you imagine his picture with the belt?
That's right. A lot of big things coming. Central States tournament, Civic Arena in St. Joseph, Missouri. A Spirit Festival set to come September 16th, Friday night. I'm really excited about what's going to happen.
Bob, you're obviously doing a great job. Congratulations, and the fans love it. Great matches. We're seeing a lot of new competitors. Look at this move. Oh! He's lucky he didn't break his arm with that move, Bob. That Apollo had a firm grip on it, and Sterling came down hard. He may not be the biggest man, but he came down on that arm with a lot of momentum. Ooh, down hard again. And we're seeing some good teamwork here between Vince Apollo and Jason Sterling. Some very good teamwork. And Apollo displaying some excellent wrestling skills that we all know he has. This Apollo is a tremendous wrestler.
They can move. They got a lot of speed. They look like they're in top shape.
Well, they continue to tag in and out. And that's what makes the team successful. That fluid tagging in and out, no hogging the match or being selfish. It's two men on there, two men on the team, and you need them both working together. Nice move by Sterling. And once again, we see another tag. We're seeing tag team action in its finest on the part of Sterling and Apollo here, Bob. They're tagging in and out. Both men getting a rest, and no rest for the Demon.
That Demon would like to make a tag, but they're making sure they keep him in their side of the ring.
Well, so far he's mustered up his best offensive move right here. He put his foot on the ropes. Of course, that caused a break, so to this point in the match, it was his best offensive move. The Demon trying to size Apollo up, I think trying to figure a way that he can combat this Apollo who's been faster and one step ahead of him all the way. We finally have a tag here, but Apollo quick to get out of the ring. Nice hip toss by Apollo. Nice hip toss on the part of Apollo. The Reaper's up. Tie up in the Reaper using his force and size to push him in the ropes. And the Reaper shoots Apollo off across the ropes, goes for a clothesline, misses, drop kick. Nice move on the part of Apollo. And that's where that speed pays off. And Apollo again taking the attack to the Grim Reaper, and he tags in with Jason Sterling. Nice hip toss. Apollo, what's this? Oh, look at that move, Bob. What a move. What a move, and these two are performing very well as a team together. Apollo and Sterling tagging in and out, in and out. I want to remind the fan, great matches coming up all across the Central States. And remember, all roads lead to Kansas City on Friday night, September 16th, for the Spirit Festival Spectacular. All tickets priced at $6.
Fans would probably be wise to get their tickets early for that, though. There's usually about 200,000, in excess of 200,000 people, the Spirit Festival, and they're looking for more this year.
Well, Bob, I want to point out, like you mentioned, fans would be wise to get their tickets in advance. Even though tickets are all priced at $6, they are reserved tickets.
That's right. Every ticket in Municipal Auditorium will be reserved.
So the first tickets bought are the best seats. So get down. And he comes off the top rope, down on that arm. Oh, and Apollo charging in hard, and the Reaper catches him with the knee to the side of the head. And once again, we have the Raven out here at ringside, tied up in a chain. She's got handcuffs on, and she's cheering her man on. Oh! And the Reaper right above us here at ringside hit that post hard. He's hard into that metal post. We can hear Raven yelling for the Reaper. She's barking instructions out here. Jason Sterling circling around the Reaper. Reaper trying to regroup, backs off. Smart move, a heads-up move on the part of the Grim Reaper, Bob. He just backed off the man.
The Grim Reaper is a big, strong guy. He's an experienced wrestler. You can't count him down. He's dangerous. He's a dangerous guy.
Well, he made a smart move right there by backing off of Sterling. And by doing so, he took Sterling out of his game plan. Sterling backed off, hesitated. Oh, what a move! Grim Reaper, a big suplex. Sterling down hard, count of two. Sterling has his foot on the rope.
1, 2.
He might have hurt Sterling, Jason, with that suplex.
Well, he followed the suplex up with a hard clothesline. You know they outlawed the clothesline in the NFL because it's too devastating.
That's a 2-on-1 combination there.
Yeah, 2-on-1, but they've got a count of 5 to break it. Apparently they broke within the count of 5. Legal man in. Sterling trying to fight back. Graggy reaching for the wrong corner, trying to make the tag, but he's in nowhere man's land.
Well, they got Jason Sterling in trouble in that corner.
A little bit of double teaming was tag team match, and you know tag team matches are dangerous because of that element. You always run the risk of being caught 2-on-1.
He's got to get out of that corner. This could be a
Oh, caught again. That's the second clothesline Sterling's taken. It's got to be taking his toll, and Sterling has definitely been slowed down.
1, 2.
Reaper off that second rope, and Sterling is all but out. This could be it. Sterling all but out. Reaper pushing his Sterling around the ring. He's using his size to his advantage at this point. Oh, hard chop across the chest. We could hear that one here. Reaper disguising, using a headlock, blocking the view from the official, and apparently slamming a fist hard. And it's a demon bringing Sterling down right across the top rope on his throat.
Sterling's in trouble. They're keeping him in that corner. He better tag if he can make it.
That Sterling is hurt. He's hurt. He's been hurt. He's down. Reaper keeping his man in the corner. Reaper looking to make the tag.
Step over toe hold.
Come on, Jason. Fight him, man. Fight him. Go. Twist it up.
Reaper down, working on the leg, trying to get a 3 count here. And he's down hard on that leg. He's down hard. Sterling fighting to get out. The can has been picked up. Go, Jason, go.
Reaper's holding on to that leg. Good solid kick to the midsection.
There's a tag. Reaper brings the demon in. The demon fires away on Jason Sterling's head. And Sterling fires back 1, 2, 3 rights of his own. A 4th right. Oh, knee lift and the demon is down. Can Sterling make the tag? No. Call it the clothesline.
Jason's just a little small. He's giving up a little too much weight against. This guy probably weighs close to 300 pounds.
Yeah, he's probably twice the weight of Sterling. Right now, it's Sterling left alone on the wrong side of the ring, Bob Geigel. And he's in trouble.
Back in that corner. They got him back in the corner. He's got to make a tag.
Whoa. The demon fires him across the ring.
Another clothesline.
The Reaper walking outside the ring, grabbing Raven by the hair. Here's another tag. Knee to the back of Sterling, and Sterling's down. And it's Reaper firing across the ring, and Apollo's in the ring firing away at the Grim Reaper.
All four in the ring. The activity's getting hot and heavy now. I don't think the referee knows who's legal in the ring, does he?
All 4 men in the ring, I don't know. He's having trouble getting the illegal man out. And it's a Reaper. He's clamped down on Apollo. He's got him in that opposite corner.
All four in the ring.
Wait a minute, Sterling has just rolled up. Referee out of position, no count there. Sterling trying for the pinfall.
Four in the ring. Pretty soon there's going to be a disqualification, or I can tell. Referee
All
says
4
hands
men in the
full.
ring here. What's going to happen? Referee taking the Reaper out of the match. And Apollo thrown out of the ring. Apollo's thrown out. Sterling's on his own. There's Apollo off the top rope. Wait a minute. Your winner, the team of Jason Sterling and Vince Apollo. Well, Bob, when Apollo came off the top rope with a beautiful cross body block, the Grim Reaper took Raven by the hair and dragged her out of the arena.
He probably made a smart move. He could see what was happening. He didn't want any of that.
All right, fans, don't go away. We'll be right back with more great All-Star Wrestling. Bob Geigel, it's time for the big announcement. I understand the committee's met. Decision has been reached regarding the rules of the World Wrestling Alliance.
That's right. These rules are all rules that have been in the book. They're rules that have been here in the past. Now they're going to be enforced. If we can't enforce it with the referee, well, then we'll have to replace the referee. If we can't enforce it with the wrestler, we'll replace the wrestler. These rules are vital. We don't want somebody to get killed in the ring. We don't want somebody to get permanently injured. And we're coming down to that position. That situation several weeks ago where Mike George dropped a guy on his head on a steel chair, could have done permanent jack, could have broke the guy's neck.
Oh, easily.
And these are the rules we have. They're going to be enforced. There's other rules in wrestling, but these are the vital ones. Number one, no throwing your opponent over the top rope. Number two, you cannot come off the top rope and land on an opponent in the ring on the floor. Cannot come off the top rope. You can come off the second rope or the bottom rope, but you cannot come off the top rope. You cannot bash or throw your opponent's head into a corner post. You cannot use a chair in the match. You cannot take a chair in the ring. You cannot go out of the ring and get a chair and strike your opponent with the chair. There's no low punch will be allowed anytime in the ring or on the floor. No foreign objects will be allowed in the ring. That includes chairs, nuts, bolts, whatever the wrestler is liable to use. That about covers it.
Excuse me, Bob. Excuse me, Bob. If that's so, Vince just come off the top rope a little bit ago in that match. That'd be disqualification. Now, right? Am I right? Yes. Okay. Okay. Hey, I don't like the rules. You know, I don't like it sometimes. Sometimes Vince needs to be dropped on his head. There's another reason why he needs to be down. But I understand your feelings. But I tell you what, I'm going to do what I have to win a match out here, and I don't care what it takes. But I won't get disqualified.
I'd like to add one more thing. These rules will be enforced, and if necessary, there will be fines. And if that doesn't do it, there will be suspensions. And if that doesn't do it, there will be permanent suspensions.
Very good. We have it from Bob. Let's go into the ring for our next event. Your next event, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, St. Joseph, Missouri, 271 pounds, the world heavyweight champion, Mike George. His opponent, 232 pounds, Nashville, Tennessee, Roger Howell. All right, Mike George squares off against Roger Howell. Mike George made his feelings known. He does not like these rules, and George thrown hard into the post. George is thrown hard into the post right there. And Howell made an impressive debut last week with a victory over Tommy Gilbert, no less. Howell shoots George off, but George hard with the tackle. A second one coming off the ropes. Oh, and Howell catches Mike George with a big, mighty backdrop.
Mike George felt that. He hit that ring hard. The guy was lucky, got underneath Mike, got the leverage on him. Mike's taking a little time.
Mike George, oh, right under, nice underneath, takes that arm. Hasn't been a hammerlock, been a little further than what would be amateur wrestling. Wouldn't be allowed.
A reversal, now he's got the hammerlock on Mike.
Nice reverse. And it's Howell trying to control Mike George right now by keeping that arm, but as George works his way into the corner, catches a man, 2, 3, 4 forearms, a fifth forearm.
Elbow smash right in the side of the head.
Legal in the center of the ring, but he's borderline on those in the corner there.
That's right. Head into the turnbuckle is all right. That's not a violation of the rules.
And George turned his opponent away from the view of the referee and slapped that fist right in there. Well, Bob, Mike George made it clear he doesn't like the new rules.
I feel bad about it. If he doesn't like them, that's too bad, but they're going to be enforced.
Well, Mike George might have to rely, which he's capable of, but he might have to rely a little bit more on wrestling ability to retain his World Wrestling Championship.
Well, you know he's a fabulous wrestler. He's a fabulous athlete.
Oh, what a backdrop. Nice backdrop. And Howell, don't sell this man short. Impressive debut last week, and he's back again, and he's more than holding his own right now with the World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, and George caught it.
Knee right
Good
to the
movement
face.
apart of Mike George. No, George is on that second rope. Oh, what a move by Mike George.
Illegal move, however, was off the second rope.
Off the second rope, and Mike George has adapted to the new rules.
Mike George the winner. Mike George the winner in a big match.
Your winner, the World Heavyweight Champion, Mike George. Bob, some great action, and we'll be right back with our next match. More action right after this. All right, fans, we're back here. Mike Stone scheduled to take on Mike Miller. Mike Miller not here. Stone is calling for the referee to declare the match a forfeit. But I'm joined here by Solomon Grundy.
How you doing, Jay?
Hello, Solomon.
How are you, Jay? You know, people cheat all the time. You know, Mike Stone, if you want to hit somebody with something, I got something for you, boy. Huh? I got something for you. You know, he cheated.
Come on, put it down and bring it on in. Well, fans, we have an unscheduled match here in the ring. All right, referee Sonny Meyerson, we have a match. And look at him go at it. They're going at it just like two people in a fight in a bar, rolling around. The only thing missing is the mud and the blood and the beer. But we might have some of that pretty soon. Solomon Grundy with the upper hand. He's got his weight on top of Mike Stone right now. Look at these two go at it. They are really going at it. Stone, look at the look on his face. He's fighting for his life against Solomon Grundy. I'll assure you that. Wait a minute. Here's Mike George, the Demon, the Grim Reaper, T.C. Carter, Vince Apollo, Jason Sterling, Ric McCord, Roger Howell. The ring is really, woo! The ring is really filling up. Fans, don't go away. Woo! Look at this. They are really going at it. We've got a battle royal, but it's all revolving around Solomon Grundy and Mike Stone. Whoa, we've got to get action restored here. We've got to get action restored here. We need some order here. Please separate these two men. Separate these two. They're trying to get Mike Stone out here. Fans, don't go away. We'll be right back right after this with a standby match.
Come here.
All right, fans, we're back. We're still trying to get order restored here. Mike Stone has been escorted back to the dressing room. Let's get underway with the standby match if we can. Woo! I don't believe that action. That was just wild, a totally unscheduled match. Mike Stone was scheduled to wrestle Mike Miller. Mike Miller didn't show. Solomon Grundy made no bones about it. He was ready to step in that ring. Let's get a match in the ring here.
This is going to be a standby match, Jay.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Let's get it in the ring. We're running out of time here. Bob Geigel just informed me we'll have a standby match. Ric McCord makes his way to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a standby match. Introducing first, Roanoke, Virginia, 229 pounds, Ric McCord.
And introducing from Kansas City,
his opponent from Kansas City, Missouri, 234 pounds, the Soul Man, T.C. Carter. Order finally being restored here at ringside.
here we go. Should be a great match. Same size, both of them good young wrestlers. Both of them hungry for a win.
Well, both of these men, Bob, obviously eager to jump in the ring to get into this match. It's not a scheduled event. Like we said before, Mike Stone, nice arm drag by Ric McCord. Mike Stone scheduled to wrestle Mike Miller, not here. Solomon Grundy made no bones about it. He was ready and willing to get in that ring with Mike Stone.
He wanted that match. Solomon Grundy.
I don't know when I've seen anything quite like that.
Boy, there's a lot of activity. Everything happened.
If you notice, Bob, they just went right at each other, rolling around just like two kids in a parking lot, but those are two big kids.
That's right. They're two you don't want to have fall on you. Grundy lists his weight at 465, but I believe he's over there.
God, I don't know. I haven't been around too many people of that size in my time. I can't judge him. I saw him get on the scale, and he made a joke of the scale. McCord firing away. McCord knows there's little time left. He stepped into this match unprepared, but he's shooting for that win. Oh, big high knee lift.
I don't know how much time is left on TV, but hope somebody wins this match before the TV time is up. Hard elbow. That McCord is return
TC
hard elbow.
Carter. We've seen a new T.C. Carter in recent months, and a lot of the fans haven't really appreciated his new style. But, oh, look at this. A much more aggressive T.C. Carter. Count of one. McCord not ready to be had yet, but McCord is stunned. He had a look on his face. He was stunned. Carter with a headbutt.
Hard
Ric
headbutt.
McCord might have not quite been ready for the new T.C. Carter.
I think Ric McCord is stunned.
Caught him with the clothesline. McCord's down. T.C. Carter hard with an elbow.
He's out. He's out. But T.C. Carter's carrying the match right to him.
T.C. Carter caught by the backdrop. T.C. McCord goes for the pin again.
Hup, he got out. He didn't catch the 3 count. TC is really pouring it on him. He's got an opportunity.
Out of time. Fans
Sunset flip. Maybe this is it.
in the ropes. And be sure to remember, Friday night, September 16th, Kansas City, Missouri, Municipal Auditorium. All seats $6. Spirit Festival Spectacular. And the Central States Tournament coming up in St. Joseph, Missouri on Friday night, October 14th.
Ladies and gentlemen, oh, what a backdrop. What a backdrop. Maybe this is it. 1, 2.
That's it. Winner of the match, Ric McCord. Bob, thanks for updating us on all the activity happening here in the World Wrestling Alliance. New rules, and you guarantee they'll be enforced.
That's right.
Fans, we'll see you next week right here.